starting lineups going. So let's go ahead and introduce our commentators tonight. For the play-by-plays, we've got Swergonomics in here. He's going to be giving us the play-by-play action. And the Bob 18 is going to be here to help out with the color commentary and analysis. Thank you guys for agreeing to help me out here.
Yeah, and we wanted another person to bring to the party, so we pulled Nilfin on board. He was we all had fun listening to him yesterday for the Super Bowl, so Nilfin is also here to have some fun with us. Thanks for coming.
No problem. How could I say no? Apparently, I can't say no. So, Nooperball, hit me up.
Yeah, Nooperball, B Team Nooperball also, Booperball.
Why the heck not? I do have to draft some people in about a month or so. So,
Great. Well, thanks for being here, folks. Really happy to be here. We starting lineups for you guys. We have on the small caps, Helen Keller, Yasarian, Pavlov's Ball, and Bill the Cat going up against Cripple, Walrus, and Stu, and Pinokes or Peanuts, however you like it, for the semi-pro bots.
yeah, every time I see Peanut's name, I always go, wait, how do we pronounce that one again? But yes, Peanut is what I usually go with.
Peanut.
Or Peanut.
I enjoy a name that has a variety of ways to go at it. It's more fun that way.
I like names that are hard to pronounce.
Are we going to have some pre-game predictions here?
Ooh. Wow. Well, I mean, both teams, having a lot of 2-1 games throughout the bracket. Neither team has really stormed to this place, but they're both, of course, the leaders from their blue and red conference.
I will say I am very biased and hope the small caps win. I've been kind of a cheerleader for them all season. Next to, of course, my Privateers. They were the team I most wanted to see here.
All right.
Admitting bias pre-game. Well, I guess
I'm just here for color. So
well, that's colorful indeed. To balance that out a bit, I would love to see a really strong center contingent take it in the Mooper Ball. But both great teams. I don't think I can say I think either team will win at this point.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win. I just know who, I would like to win.
If we did know who win, though, we'd get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine if we just faked this entire stream ahead of time, like we just got 8 players to sign up under their names, and we just did it all on a map test server, and then commentated after the fact and just aired it back at 10 p.m.
So, the Bob, any predictions for you?
I really think that it's whoever's defense is going to show up, and I've played against both defenses, but I really like the semi-pro bot defense and what they've been doing, so I'm going to have to take them over the small caps in 3 games.
Yeah, Velocity, if we want to talk about the map super quickly before we get started, is just such a fast-paced map. I mean, it's so short end-to-end. So getting from base to base can take no time if you're hitting the right boost lanes. So it's just really decision-making, and where you are on the map at any given point in time is under scrutiny.
Yeah, and this is definitely a map where playing anti-regrab has its moments where that's the move you want to make. And I spoke with small caps about that a little beforehand, and I think we'll probably see a little bit of that from them tonight.
Yeah, very valid strategy on this map. One of the fun things we saw yesterday in the Super Bowl was people staying alive in that corner power up to buy clutch seconds for their team. I hope to see some of the more obscure strats like that.
Absolutely. I didn't get to talk much about it last night, but that corner power up in base is such an interesting place in terms of, do you go for the power up if you're on D? It's almost like, other than the initial spawn, that power up in your base is not yours, because it's so much easier for the offense and the other team to pick that one up.
Great. Well, both teams are ready, folks. So we are going to launch the Mooper Ball. Fantastic. I am so excited. I don't know about you guys, but
absolutely.
I'm stoked.
I'm almost the Super Bowl last night was exciting. I'm a little more excited for this one just because I know so many of these players personally.
Board the hype train.
Choo choo. All aboard. Well, we are underway, folks. And it looks like we have Tag Pro going potentially to the semi-pro bots along with a Juke Juice and 2 rolling bombs with small caps. Early advantage potentially.
Yep. Seems like everybody's trying to get their spot. And it looks like
I think Build-A-Cat's going to be bombed by Yas. And if they hit this right, oh.
Yeah, Yasarian a little bit early with that bomb play there. And we do indeed have a tag pro and a juke juice to the probots.
I think that was more pre-game jitters more than everything.
Pinocchio out past 2, coming down the right side. Stu and Build-A-Cat need solid blocks, but they can't quite part the Red Seas, and Pavlov's ball has an important grab. And an important escape by pixels away from Cripple. He's coming in past 3.
Well, past 2. There's still a guy on regrab.
True. And so both teams out of base. Pavlov's ball now getting a kiss.
That's not a bad move there, though, because they get a reset out of it. Ooh, They rushed that a little.
Good positioning by Stu, though, closing down that common boost lane.
Yeah, if they were a little more patient waiting for the guy getting a regrab, they could have established a really good regrab train.
So double flaccid there from the small caps really throws away some of their potential opportunity for power-ups as the semi-probots is in position to get potentially 3 out of 4. Yeah, not sure about that grab there from them. Stu, meanwhile, narrowly getting out of base. Is he? Wow, that's a crazy bomb. Pavlov's ball making a rushed grab. Gets out of base.
Again.
Good button return by Yasarian.
Their base definitely helps getting Pavlov's ball to base.
That was a huge double return by Yasarian. First on the button, then with the snipe. Pavlov's ball still has 3 to beat, but the reset, courtesy of Yasarian. Great play. Cripple gets out of base, keeps both of the chains alive. Except he's bombed.
Yeah,
Was that Stu or Yasarian that bombed him?
That was Yasarian that bombed Cripple into a delayed spike.
Fantastic.
It's just around pup time too, so it's really easy for the offense to go for pups because they don't have to defend the flag. But
yeah, we talked about that luxury a little bit pre-game of just, when you've got your flag at a base, it's hard to stay focused on other things like power-ups, so often the offense team in that case gets a lot of them. Build-A-Cat coming in with a rolling bomb. He's got Walrus ahead of him who has a great diffuse. Pinocchio staying alive. Cripple pushing him back into base. It's a real smorgasbord in there. Sarian again out. Ooh, interesting corner boost. Stu there in a fortunate location. Stu boosts back into base. Not a great play from him to get behind.
Yeah, that's something I would usually get caught doing. It's really. I find that it's better to boost, like, to get yourself in front of the flag carrier rather than put yourself behind. There is that chance to get that awesome snipe, but I feel like the risk, especially when they have a solid regrab train, isn't worth the reward.
Yeah.
Stu, fantastic last second return there as
Cripple playing anti-re here, which is what I honestly would have expected. I think was it Walrus that had boosted back to try and get the sniper turn.
Or
Stewart. He should have just stayed to anti-re there, because when your flag is out and you don't have their flag, 3 people should be enough to get the return if they're all in base.
Especially when no power-ups are in play.
Yep.
So let's see, just about 4 minutes underway. No caps separating these sides, but I think the flag has certainly been out of base for the small caps a little bit more. Yeah, they're putting up about twice the hold that the semi-pro bats are right now.
I think that was a really important kiss there.
Looks like it might be benefiting the semi-pro bots. Oh, Pav's makes him with the return, though.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a, Pinocchio, I think, bumped into a teammate and didn't quite have full momentum coming in there in what was a very strong opportunity, just as we, of course, started talking about the small caps leading the way. Commentator's curse. We'll be bringing that to you many times tonight.
Strategy grabbing 1v2. Usually,
especially with the juke juice on defense.
Fantastic
beautiful
blocks.
Yes, Helen with the first cap of the game.
Pavlov's and Yasarian just splitting the 2 offensive defense to get some momentum for their team. Build-A-Cat now in again, but 4 is going to be too many to pass.
Yeah, I think the chemistry is definitely the key to those blocks. I mean, once you get that good chemistry over time, the blocks become a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting that sort of, getting on the same wavelength as that defender and just knowing what they're going to do before they do it is, the fifth player. All right, we've got a reset for both teams as they both go for another round of power-ups. A couple of rolling bombs getting diffused. Right and left, though, potentially more substantial. Panoxt potentially out with the juke juice. He is
Oh.
indeed.
It's that juke juice. Stu ended up picking up.
Ooh, Panoxt. Too much momentum for his own good. Ends up going into a spike with 2 hot on his tail. Stu, though, juke juice out of the zone. Electing to take it in slow. Stu, patient, has that regrab there. Looking to set up a chain of their own after being on the back foot for a while.
Yeah, and it's a smart move too. If you don't have it right away, then you might as well take a lap.
Absolutely.
But dying that close to the base could have potentially killed the regrab chain, but Panax was really fortunate to get out there.
Mm-hmm. Fortunate, skillful. There was the space and he took it. It can be hard to contain at speed, but full credit to Panox for keeping that chain alive. Another round of power-ups. Teams potentially out of position trying to get them, and Stu is coming in with a tag pro on defense. Easy cap to tie it up. 1-1. 3 minutes to go.
And they got to be careful here because it's really easy to chain caps here, especially with a tag pro on your base, and there they do it.
Yep, Cripple, really good return there on a juke juice to get that cap. Stu coming in with a rolling bomb, boosting in past 2, 3, all 4. 3 caps in a row for the semi-pro bots who have just opened up the account on the small caps. Wow.
Yep, and that was 3 caps in, 30 seconds at most?
If even. Stu keeping the chain alive. Boost spawn there, clips it at a fortunate angle, and the blocks are there again, but he misses the boost.
That was a close one. That was almost 4.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of spin coming off of the wall, and exactly where you're going to curl to is harder to read than just the straight boost, of course. Panox looking to do the same thing. Cripple can block 1, can't quite block 2.
Clutch grab.
Mm-hmm. Stu, the chain still going for the semi-pro bots, is out with a rolling bomb.
Peanut off grabbing power-ups instead of defending.
But
it doesn't matter.
Cripple alone in base does enough. Of course, the rolling bomb played a huge part in that, but wow, the semi-pro bots are up and flying right now. That's how you answer a cap.
I think it all comes back to Panox being able to keep that regrab chain alive, and they weren't stopped ever since.
Now he's boosting off the back wall, but the team is hip to the groove, small caps, and not going to fall for that. Yusarian has gone back on a regrab defense, so, they're looking to get a reset as well as a return, realizing that what they've been up to hasn't quite been working for the past few minutes.
Yeah, and I think it's a move just to stop the bleeding. Like, I think eventually, after you see a couple caps come through, you might as well start guarding regrab.
Yusarian spikes his teammate Helen Keller, not in the right position. Build-a-cup blocked out by Cripple. Cripple holding down the fort against 1, 2, and 3 defenders at these so far this game. And it shows on the boards, Cripple leading the way with 11 returns. And of course, Stu with a hat trick and 5 returns of his own. Stu bumping into Peanuts. Peanuts got to take his shifted momentum and rework his ideas. Ooh, Pavlov kind of missing that boost. Billicat, right place, right time. Wow, we've got a minute left and there is just no sign of this chain breaking. Well, here we go, potentially Yusarian. Ooh, not quite. Pavlov? He's there. And the chain is over. Not before a brutal 5 caps are inflicted in a short amount of time. That's velocity.
Yep, it'll just put you out of sorts, and it's really hard to kind of get your groove back. A cap here in the last 30 seconds for small caps would definitely set them up in a better position for the next half of this game.
Yeah, both score-wise and, of course, mentality and momentum-wise.
Yeah, that could be proving very difficult with Walrus' tag pro right now at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Another couple power-ups. Stu gets the call-out from Walrus. I don't think he could quite see that. Good communication there. Doesn't lead to anything, but it's far better than the other team picking it up. Anoaks doesn't care about the Tag Pro lead, gets the return he needs. Wow. 5-1. Semi-Probots over Small Caps. That game exploded after a long stalemate.
Yeah, that was very quiet, but that's velocity. It'll open up on you at a moment's notice, and suddenly you're just drowning to try and get that return and that reset.
If you can see the leaderboard before we leave the game, we have all 4 Semi-Probots leading the board. Wow. You can see why after that.
Yeah, and that was really just due to their regrab trains being really solid, not rushing things too much, defense rotating onto re. They just kept the flag out of base.
Yeah. Cripple had 4 minutes of prevent, so I think
Wow.
the defense was able to keep the flag in base for long enough for the offense to get that train going.
Yeah.
So here at the break between the halves of the game, we're going to get some highlights brought to you by Aaron. Thank you so much for collecting those during the half, Aaron.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so here we are, the highlights for half one, and we're going to go ahead and get those started. The first thing you're going to see here is Stu with the last man return. The beginning of the half opened up pretty slow here. You'll see Stu come up here and grab it just before the all caps get at the first cap. The next is the Semi-Probots decisively getting 3 out of 4 power-ups, almost getting the 4th from Build-A-Cat here with Cripple at the bottom. Just barely unable to get it. Power-ups were a big advantage, especially towards the end of the game. Here, Helen Keller splits the offensive D here to get his first cap of the game. Excellent blocks by Pavlov and Usarian. Next, we're going to get the power-up advantage cap. Cripple up there getting the Tag Pro. Walrus getting some good returns. And Peanut getting the Juke Juice, which will help later. Stu is able to come right in with Cripple's Tag Pro and get the first cap for the Semi-Probots. Next, you're going to see, after this, Peanut with the Juke Juice, able to get ahead of 3 quite easily. The 4th is able to get taken care of easily with Cripple with his Tag Pro, leads to the second cap. The third cap, which we'll see in just a second, Stewart with the Rolling Bomb, again, power-up advantage. All 3 of the, he's able to beat 3 small caps here with the help of the power-up. Next, you're going to see some returns here. Some last man return by Usarian here, able to just prevent the last cap or another cap. You're going to get to see another one of those in just a second. I think it's Build-A-Cat or Pavlov. I'm not sure. Is going to return Peanuts here. Yeah, Build-A-Cat. There you go. Just barely gets in there before the cap. Next, the semi-cap. The 4th Semi-Probot cap. Stewart coming in here with the Rolling Bomb. Cripple playing some excellent D. Able to get that cap for him. The 4th cap. And the 5th, you're going to see some stellar defensive showing from Cripple here to block out Build-A-Cat. And that gets us to the end of the half. 5-1. Definitely that regrab train like we were talking about. Definitely shifted the balance there. Looks like we're shifting servers, is that right? We're going to
Yes, it is.
Origin or Sphere? Which one are we going to now?
Yeah, we were on Sphere for the first half, and we're moving over to Origin for the second. So,
Have we got a group link for that yet?
We do. It is in your Mumble chat.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the teams. I'm not seeing any subs so far.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, the way the minor league or the major league map graph works is everybody declares a home server beforehand. So in this case, small caps I believe are Radius, and the Semi-Probots are Centra. So I don't have it on me right now. So it would go to neutral ground. So it'd be a half on Sphere and half on Origin.
Yep. And so small caps are playing at a little disadvantage there server-wise the first half. And we'll see if server switching makes a difference here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity while we're stopped in between the halves to just do some basic background information for you guys. So the muperball, this is Minor League Tag Pro, the second tier in the Tag Pro competitive structure. There was a 9-week season, and then this is the end of the postseason. We are here at the muperball, what we call our championship game, and these are really fascinatingly, these are the 2 number 1 seeds from each of the conferences through the regular season. So these are the best of the best, and they have fought through the postseason where it's win or die And here they are in game 1, half 2 soon. It's a 2-game, 2-half structure, 10 minutes each half, 40 minutes total, and then of course overtime should it be needed. All right, we're gonna check to see if both these teams are ready. It looks like we're just about ready to get underway. So we have the small caps really need to answer. They've got a 4-cap deficit.
But as we saw in the Super Bowl last night, even a 3-cap deficit wasn't anything that Tiers weren't able to handle in the second half of the first game. So on velocity, anything is possible.
Yeah, both these teams have had 2-1 series throughout their entire playoffs. They're nothing if not mentally strong. They've been fighting back all season, and no reason to stop now. All right, we are underway, folks. Game's loading up for your pleasure. If we don't have any tag pros, we will restart for your viewing pleasure. Just kidding, but that'd be nice though. We have a tag pro. We don't need to
Wouldn't
restart.
it be nice if we could control what power-ups spawned each minute?
Mm-hmm. It'd be a little bit like the Hunger Games at that point.
The audience could like vote on it. Yeah, that would be even better. That the audience could pay for power-ups to spawn on their team's side, like Hunger Games.
Yep. Again, a Juke Juice and a Tag Pro going to the semi-pro bots. This time, a Juke Juice does go along with a Rolling Bomb to the small cap, so not as much of a power-up deficit.
Of course, the small caps neglected to get their power-up.
Wow.
And so, three of them went to semi-pro bots.
It's a pretty big mistake this early on. Hopefully they're not too flustered.
I didn't see what happened that caused it. Oh, Pav is out. Oh, he just refreshed.
Yeah, potentially some lag issues. Pav has been hopping in and out. Says we're good. Great, we're underway. Glad to see that there's no cap scored during the connection troubles.
Yeah.
Oh, and Pavlov, so was it Pavlov's ball that was lagging out?
It was.
All right, Yosarian did handle that tag pro by himself really well, so props to him.
Yeah, definitely worth noticing. It's one of the best part about having multiple commentators. There's so much to catch. We can't always see it all. Another round of power-ups. Tag Pro going to the small caps, and then a jockeying for position in that left power-up corner.
Meanwhile, the pro bots have a shoot or tag pro and rolling bomb on the other side, and it looks like Noakes agree with rolling bomb.
Noakes gets the angle for the rolling bomb. Yasarian needed to stay straight above him there if he wanted to get a grab, but he couldn't.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to be able to get out, so he was trying to line it up so that rolling bomb pushed him in, and he'd be able to get a kiss for the return.
And Noakes is just having no problem slipping past one or two guys right now, and he's in base on flag potentially.
Yeah, Yasarian had a couple of good moves himself, getting down to base.
Yeah, really end-to-end stuff already. Both teams out of base, and a cap right off the get-go. We saw a lot of time, at the beginning of last game where we had a stalemate. But got a feeling that both these teams are firing on all cylinders now, or close to.
Yeah, it'll have to come down to see who gets the reset first.
Stu is out with a rolling bomb. Cripple looking to take advantage of that power-up to get a double tap on Yasarian. He gets it with the help of Stu's rolling bomb. Waller's gets stopped from that snipe by Pavlov. Good heads-up play by him to keep his teammate from getting defused. 1-2 punch, Cripple and Wallers get the return. Great timing. Helen Keller, though, is out of base, and looks like the chain is continuous. No regrab yet, so return from Cripple, and a spike from Helen Keller or Billicat. I didn't catch which one, but they spiked themselves. Thank God Pavlov is there.
Yeah, that was a clutch return there, as they lost both of their guys that were there on offensive D.
Yeah, having people ahead is just so crucial. For that last minute ahead to spike is tragic.
Yeah,
but they're not getting punished for it this time.
Looks like there's going to be a substitution. Looks like Matty Ice is going to be coming in for Cripple.
In the heat of a pretty important moment.
Yeah, if we get
of course, in Tag Pro, it's usually a pretty important moment. It's not really a slow-paced game. Pinokes, the boost from Stu's kill pushes him off, but in the end, he gets the cap anyway.
with just 3 players.
Yeah. So some
Matty
really
Ice
great
not
play.
in yet.
Looks like potentially capping the other direction, but Stu having none of it. Yeah, it's 3v4 right now. Live subs minor league, but so far we haven't seen that 4th player come in for the semi-pro bots, and yet
And
they're
it was more
capping
than
anyway.
30 seconds ago that they...
Really curious. Walrus out of base, and that's going to be very important. Him staying. Ooh, can't quite stay alive. Pinocchio, though, a little more natural with the flag in his hands. Walrus, that said, has made many great caps over the season.
T42 in for Cripple.
Yeah, Tez hopping in. Te has not gotten many minutes this season, so to get called up for the championship game must be pretty exciting. Hopefully she doesn't have any jitters. Hopefully she's cool and ready to go. Pinocchio's got a rolling bomb. Might get his own return. Nope, elects to go and try and sit on flag, trusting his teammates. The return happens. Pinocchio is there. Phenomenal communication and trust from the semi-pro bots. Wow, great stuff. Tez sniping back into base.
And that's going to be another one. This is now an 8-point lead for the semi-pro bots. It's
Helen
looking
Keller.
really rough for small caps this first game.
Helen Keller did just shut down the chain, but still gets out of base 1-on-1, and we've got another capping scenario. No seeming end to this. I'm just gonna give up with that sentence, folks. We're gonna bury that one and call it dead.
And apparently Matty Ice was in for the briefest of moments and quickly told to get the hell out.
Yep. Well, it wasn't 5 seconds I used in there, so it shouldn't have any effect, but you never know.
Stu boosting past Yasarian. Interesting move. He's done that a couple times this game. Of course, he's had plenty of great plays too, and is now out of base. Yasarian just staying alive, keeping that chain alive.
But that tag pro to get through the grab.
Yeah, what do we think can make the difference, guys? Because right now there's just no sign of recovery.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to wait until the next game at this point. Just see if they can poke around and find some flaws the rest of this half. Try some different play styles to see if they can find something that works. Because I don't think they're going to have time to come back from basically a 9-1 game right now.
Do you agree, Bob?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the small caps haven't had much power-ups, and if they haven't much good use of power-ups. So I feel like that came crucially into this game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really hate to rule out a team, especially on velocity, in which, as we've already seen tonight, you can cap so quick. But there's just I'm not seeing any extra fight or oomph for power-up control that looks like it can make the difference. So I'm gonna have to agree too.
That was 3 tag pros in a row that the semi-pro bots got. They still have one floating around there. And I'm surprised they haven't been able to cap with it yet.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit conservative right now. Great split.
Yeah. I kind of commented on the pro bots defense and how they tend to easily frustrate offenses. And